A warm welcome to you. It's Monday, August 30, and time for your Barbados Today Evening News Update. A 44-year-old Barbadian male succumbed to COVID-19 on Sunday after spending 17 days in primary isolation. He had an underlying condition and was unvaccinated. His death brings to 50 the number of people who have succumbed to the viral illness. Meanwhile, the island has recorded 37 new cases of the virus, 60 males and 21 females, from 983 tests conducted by the Besta Santos Public Health Laboratory. The 37 new positives comprise 28 people who are 18 years old and over and 9 under the age of 18. There are currently 292 persons in isolation. Since March last year, confirmed COVID-19 cases have reached 4,968. The Public Health Lab has carried out 260,379 tests since February 2020. The National Vaccine Program has seen 108,702 people receive first doses of the COVID-19 vaccines. Additionally, 94,063 persons, that's 34.7% of the population, are fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, contact tracing teams were out and about in densely populated communities today as government ramped up testing to curb the recent rise in COVID cases. Testing facilities also reported an uptick in the number of persons seeking tests. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George disclosed there will be an increase in the isolation and quarantine facilities, but he assured that while there's an increase in cases, there's no shortage of oxygen on the island.
Atmosphere, which has about 21% oxygen, and concentrate that. We have a few of those units at Harrison's Point, and the Ministry of Health is supplementing that by ordering two more of those units to add to our ability to deliver oxygen. In addition to that, I think there is we still use piped oxygen through our systems at Harrison's Point. So we have ability to make concentrated oxygen on site, and we have piped oxygen. But with respect to oxygen, there is no shortage of oxygen at this present point.
Amid an upsurge in COVID-19 cases attributed to the highly contagious Delta variant, businesses are not taking any chances. A Barbados Today team visited the city today, and key business operators said they're maintaining strong protocols for shoppers and staff.
Right, our protocols in all of our Bridgetown duty-free stores have always been, I will use the word, tight, where the team members and our security are ensuring that both the staff and the customers adhere to all protocols. And keeping our fingers crossed, so far during the whole COVID pandemic, we haven't had any incidences in store. So we will continue to maintain and tighten where necessary, but so far so good here at all of our stores.
Okay, and what we do here, we have each entrance way, we have two exits, well, we have a front door and a back door. We have 2 stations at each door, which has a temperature gauge as well as a hand sanitizing station. Along with that, it is mandatory that everyone coming in here has to wear a mask, as well as social distance while you're at the cash point getting checked out. So we've had those in place from the inception, and we have not changed anything, and it seems to be working quite well.
We make sure that every customer has their temperature checked. We have hand sanitizer at the door. We spray the counters after every customer touches the credit card machines. We spray everything. The area where they sit down, we try to sanitize the entire store throughout the day. We don't just wait till the end of the day to sanitize.
Eddie Abed, a former president of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, cautioned that the island is in no position to handle another lockdown.
We are now making sure that people are spaced at least 6 feet throughout our stores. If you look on the floor, you'll see marks. And we put a maximum capacity in our store of no more than 30 persons per floor.
In other news, relief is in sight for parishes affected by severe water woes, including St. John, St. Joseph, St. Andrew, and St. Thomas. That's because the Vineyard Augmentation Project, which will boost water supply to the Bomiston and Golden Ridge reservoirs, has been completed. Word of this from Minister in the Ministry of Water Resources, Charles Griffith, as he addresses St. John branch meeting on Sunday.
The project known as the Vineyard Augmentation Project was completed on the 14th of this month, and 500 gallons of water was in the system to alleviate the problems that all of those residents in the Eastern Corridor were experiencing. That is not the only capital project that we're undertaking at the Barbados Water Authority. We still have major issues to deal with as it relates to the northern corridor of the island. And to that extent, we are in the process of putting 2 or 3 desal plants in the northern corridors to alleviate the problems that we're having in St. Peter and St. Lucie primarily.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news in Antigua and Barbuda, Dr. Lester Simon of the Lesterbird Medical Center warns the Delta variant is driving the recent spike in cases, and he fears the situation will worsen.
Look at what's happening in the UK, and the US in particular, rather, in terms of Delta. Delta is taking over the world. So I can't give a number in terms of what numbers we're going to be looking at next week, but it's going to get higher. It's going to continue to get higher until, as I have to say to somebody when I went to buy some food, man, you're not wearing your mask and I buy no food for you, man. I walk away.
Further afield, the World Health Organization today warned that the high transmission rate of COVID-19 across Europe is deeply worrying and is calling for vaccination to be ramped up.
The top priority is to ensure that people, the most vulnerable, get the first and the second jab, right? Then we have to do it all, meaning in those countries where we see that the people with decreased immunity, the elderly people, have a waning immunity against severe disease and death, those countries can consider a third dose. But we should do it all. It means to share doses with those countries which still did vaccinate fully their healthcare workers, and at the same time, look at the evolving evidence. So do it all.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.